九州急搬にゃ。
Okay, now the mute button didn't work. Hey, Fever. I don't know if you're still there, but I've said a lot of words in the past 15 minutes, and you probably didn't hear any of them because I muted on the microphone when I stepped away, because I'm like, I'll just deal with the no stream key in a little bit. Wow, what a great stream so far. We've not had. Where is the mixer working? Okay, cool. I got a mixer going. That's cool. Oh, now we're having drops. Why am I losing 20% of the frames? Oh my goodness. It is bouncing everywhere. Hopefully it's not dropping more frames, because I don't really have control of that. We didn't change anything. Maybe it's a Twitch problem. But I'm seeing 21% drop frames. I'm assuming that's over like a 5-minute rolling window or something. And I'm watching the kilobytes a second just dropping out. Huh. Like it's constantly dropping down to like 700 kilobytes. 520. Am I doing anything? No. Wow, it's just gone. Wow, this is just cursed today. You didn't hear the part about someone in my family having their car robbed yesterday, or today morning or something. Pro tip: don't. Well, I don't know exactly what happened, but don't leave your car unlocked on the street. But I don't really know that the car was unlocked. I have no idea how new cars work. But like, we don't know. But I'm like, so I stepped away to go find out what happened with that mess. But yeah, it's muted. It's been a rough day, man. But yeah, so what happened was Twitch invalidated everyone's stream keys, I guess, because I didn't change it, and it just said you can't use the stream key anymore. And I'm like, oh, and OBS gave a pop-up that was very not like the Windows thing. There was absolutely no like actual warning. So you just click start streaming, you see it going, and then it didn't. I never thought to see, and I'm checking chat. I'm like, what's going on? And no, you're fine. I'm looking at the thing, and I'm like looking at chat. I'm going, okay. Usually, like, we've been here like an hour. Jeepicus isn't here. No one's here, and usually somebody's here. And then I go look at the thing after the match, and I'm like, oh. Well, I'm glad it's great, because all I'm seeing are drop frames. We're just playing tile games, so it's not like I need all those frames. But I have no idea where the drop frames are coming from, so I'm not going to worry about it until I have... until the actual connection starts dropping out, and then I'll worry about what's going on. But it just keeps fluctuating from 1200 to 400, and sometimes dropping out harder. It could just be... Usually upload isn't affected though. It's usually download if other people are using the internet at the same time. We were talking about Darkest Dungeon, right? Was that you? Yeah. Oh my god, that game. I want to like that game so bad. I really, really do. And then every time I play it, I realize what a bad game it is. And not like a bad game like, oh my god, never play that game, and throw it, burn it in a fire in the middle of the woods. No, it's not like that. It's just like, man, I play like Panzer Corps and all these tactical games. Turn-based, it's all right. I play a lot of different games that have a really high, like, you need the 300-page manual to understand how to play this game. And yeah, there are tricks and traps, but all the mechanics are laid out in front of you, and that world can be set in a way where you're still discovering things, you're still learning things, but when you lose, it feels like, yep, that was my bad, it was my fault. Darkest Dungeon is literally beat your head into the wall every single time, like you go into the dungeon without like even knowing how the boss. Like if you go in completely blind, you go to a boss where if you bring the wrong characters, it is not just way harder. You could lose the party you've been working on for 6 hours to build up. And like, yeah, you could try to bring like a lower level party over, but that's its own frustration because you're taking out, you're adding additional time just to work to the boss, just to see what the boss is, to then come back with a plan. Where the whole game, the coolest thing about that game is planning how you're gonna, what you're gonna bring in, and I mean, I'll freely admit, like after I played like through pretty much the entire game, and then they started making changes, and like this was, I think, right after they added even the when you KO something, you have to deal with the corpse or whatever. Like a lot of changes that every time they make a change, of course, you have the essentially Dark Souls purists, which I'm not even sure what that means because Dark Souls is filled with bad game design. But you have that group, and then you have the more realistic group like we are, and then you have the indie gamer group. Like everybody kind of has their own opinion, and then there's really once you've built the game, there's no good solution to fix it because you're gonna piss one of these three groups off, or at least make them think, oh, that's a bad decision or whatever. I do like that they finally put in the game, like the big quality of life improvements were the like when you use the item on something, like it actually shows you, yes, that was actually an improvement, because some of the ones back in the day, when you use the item, you would actually get a worse, well, to you it looks like a worse result than if you just grabbed the stuff anyways. And some of them are like that, but it's hard to tell, oh, did that actually help or did that hurt? But it's just like, with the way that the Darkest Dungeon thing works now, like there's way too much turnover. Like there's an old game called Jagged Alliance, and I thought they did the squad-based thing pretty good. Because sure, you can save scum if you want, but the game was designed in a way that you didn't really need. It's like XCOM. You can always build up a new dude, and that's the one thing. That's the nice thing about Darkest Dungeon. You can build. They actually didn't they change it to where now you can recruit higher level tunes too? Because back in the day, they always were level 0. So if you lose anybody in a later dungeon, you've lost several hours of work just leveling people up, and it's not like. Like one of the issues is it's not like a Final Fantasy or something, like so you lose a character, okay, I got a level 1 character, but we're on the moon or whatever, where everything drops 60k experience, I can build someone up pretty easily, because they're all interchangeable anyways, right? They never really resolved that problem. Because I don't think if you do, I think isn't there a cap, like, if you bring someone on a mission, the most they can level up is 1 level, even if it's higher on a higher one. But then you're taking the risk of going into a higher level dungeon. So I mean, the game has so many cool features to it, and there's so much thought put into it. It's just like, man, it's one of those games that really needs the options. Hey, Biba, we're dealing with internet issues. I'm looking at this game. My sister had their car robbed. Cool thing is learning the different environments, enemies, but adding bosses cool, but it makes me about bosses. And then the problem is, to me, is like I always have to prep for the boss. Like if I want to beat the boss, right? I guess you could always try to run away, and because I guess that's the whole thing. It's like it's until you get all the stuff. Like I hate the unlock part. Yeah, we were streaming to dead air too, Viva. They changed everyone's stream keys. You know, and then the other thing that still irritates me about Darkest Dungeon, almost annoys me more, like I hate garbage time in games. So you know when they generate the map, how sometimes you actually have to go one way and then come back? And yeah, sometimes there's a monster or something that spawns, but like, really not a whole lot can spawn when you've already, oh no, that's why they did it, Biba, but it's just, yeah. Yeah, I think 3 is the highest, it's better than it was originally, which was just 0. You lose somebody in the late game dungeon, you're screwed, you gotta start them over. And then, of course, the lower level dungeons stop appearing when the rest of your party was higher. They tweak some of these things to deal with these problems. But as you said, like, there's this thing where it kind of rigs if you're missing a certain character or something, like it tries to balance out, and you can turn that off, about what you can recruit. But anywho, so... what was I talking about? Yeah, the thing that annoys me most about the game is you're wasting my time. Like, I don't why can't you go back? You can't just zip back to somewhere you've already been. Like, come on. Like, I really have, because, like, it's one of those, like, explore 90% of the rooms. You start in the middle, and basically the dungeon is 10 tiles this way and 10 tiles that way. It's not like that, but, like, you have to backtrack through the whole dungeon, which is 90% clear. Maybe you get some hallway fight or something, but I'm like, I just wasted 5-10 minutes of my life completing this dumb quest because why? Why can't I just click a room and then because literally the game is click a room, walk 4 steps, something may happen, then you're in the room. Why can't I just warp back to any path that's already done? Just call it done. And that was the breaking point for me, because I got one of the medium level dungeons and it was like, it had a bazillion rooms, and the way that it spawned, it wasn't straight up in a line, but it was like I had to backtrack like twice, and I'm like, this is actual pain. And nothing happened. It was just me walking forward, getting the random, stress or whatever. Like, you could totally simulate this. Just give 3 to 5 random stress on someone every time you skip back to a room. Who cares? Just the walking thing is annoying. For stuff you've already done. Zipping back kind of makes us, like, I don't mind being punished for making... Well, it's just the amount of dead time. Let's say 25%. They stole weird things, Biba. Like, imagine keeping expensive clothes or something in your vehicle and parking it on the street and maybe leaving your car unlocked. Well, it's not the backtracking. We're talking about I went the most optimal route and I'm on the other side of the dungeon, and there's 2 additional rooms, and that one in the corner happens to have the quest, or I had to do 90% of the rooms, and because of the rounding error, I'm short 1 room or something. Something weird like that. Like, I actually did the math on one, and I'm like, or it was one of those where you have to pour the holy water on 3 things, and you're stuck trying to guess everywhere. No matter what you do, you end up in a situation where, and it's not backtracking where you walk back and get that bonus stress. I'm walking forward the whole way. I hope that makes sense. Walking forward the whole way, but just because of the way the map is generated, I have to just do all this wasted time, slow walking my way forward to the next door to kind of chain my way back to another room to check. And I'm like, considering the low spawn of things, everything's already explored, it's just dead wasted time. So, yeah, there are hallway, but just let me click on one, and it's like the ambush chance. Just give me an ambush chance. Whatever. Just don't make me walk through all that again. It's pain. What am I looking at in this hand? We got to play some of this. I need to get out of the losing. We were supposed to discard the north there. It really doesn't like me forcing a flush here. Didn't we almost win this hand? We were not supposed to chi this. It's really not that much worse. At this point in the match, it basically said we're never ever getting out of the dumpster. I would actually appreciate it if it just like screw all that. Just start me in the corner. Like make it always a square grid, and it's like entering like a mansion or a house, right? Like there's a foyer, and you always, like, I wouldn't mind having to do like having to figure out like an optimal pattern, that I want to go through. But like, please don't start me where I have to like guaranteed walk 3 to the left, then go back into this square shape where in the middle of the dungeon I'm just walking forward. It's just, it's like playing FTL, and it's like there has to be like 3 empty jumps every level, and that's like not just like, oh, it's a nothing happens speaking. It's just every single time you have to hit 3 blank ones before you can exit the thing. Like, Gotta backtrack 3 times. What were we supposed to do here? I guess we're discarding the 9. I'm on the wrong turn. I'm on the wrong hand. 3, 4? Oh. Nope. I'm on the wrong hand. Whatever 6200 is. Throw the 9. What? You're drunk. Bot says throw the 9. The other thing that irritates, since we're talking about all the things I hate about Darkest Dungeon, there was a game called Rogue Legacy that really started all the what those indie games are doing. Why do I have to unlock things at a town? Why am I gatekept from playing the game by needing to collect things that... I mean... Can I just have an option to unlock the whole town? Like, I get the idea, but I'm not sure it's just grinding. It's like playing Path of Exile to build up your hideout. It's like I gotta go appease with the do the farm the totem defense guy 100 times before I'm allowed to play the game it was meant to be played. Like, I like the idea of the unlocks, but then it gets into like the inventory system makes absolutely no sense, and I'm like, you guys added more items to the game. There's even like if the limiting factor is the amount of stuff that I can leave with, and it's like I gotta leave stuff, but it's all stuff I need, and it's just kind of like you're just artificially making this even more painful. Why can't I just have one slot that just carries all the deeds? When I don't need deeds anymore, it doesn't need to be why is it like I only can carry 4 in that slot, and then I can't carry any money, and it's just, well, I gotta go. I'm sure you've done this. Everyone has to have those farming missions, right? I gotta go send. Doesn't matter what happens to the dudes, because I'm not going to use them. I don't care about their abilities or anything. Their job is to go in the dungeon, and the antiquing guy or whatever. But the goal is to go loot as much money as possible and then leave. It just money runs, because you have to build up. Like if I want to go to the docks or whatever, the shore or whatever, and I want to try to lock in those, the 25% damage bonus, the extra, the extra effectiveness on whatever section. So I'm like, you want to kind of set yourself up for success like that, but in order to do that, you gotta get the money on the dudes, have the dudes sit in town, then get those things unlocked to where you can lock in their abilities. But you need a lot of money to do it, and really that's just the limiting thing. And then they started adding dumb things like the bank or whatever that just multiplies your money to infinity. I'm like, no, I want to deal with the resource problem. It's just like DCSS, Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Like an actual roguelike, of course, Darkest Dungeon is not one, but I mean it has certain elements, sure. Yeah, it allows you to carry more gold, and I know a lot of the events, it helps with that. And I like that because you're making the penalty of having a kind of useless character, but you also lets you gather a lot of money. But it's also like we're kind of turning the game into useless grinding. Like playing the game well should just be rewarding enough of itself to where you don't have to, go on money runs that kind of are against the progress the game wants you to do. You're just kind of on treadmill, grabbing money, and then eventually you hop off that treadmill. Yeah, the trinkets are amazing. And Yogi hasn't figured it out yet, but like I think it was you. Someone was saying, "Oh, don't buy anything from the shop." Like, oh hell no! If I actually see most of them you can get, especially early on, like a lot of the special ones that are useful depending on what your goals are, like the ones that have the really good bonuses. I think you taught me something interesting I didn't actually know or heard a bazillion years ago and stopped playing. But is it true that if you have something that's like plus 5% prot, that it's always going to round up to -1 damage? Because that's important. That's like, it should be listed in the tutorial. Hey, any bonus, you're always guaranteed at least 1 point from it. If that's true, that's like totally game changing. Speaking of game changing, we were not supposed to throw the 2 here. Throwing the 2 here is really bad. I guess our goal here was to go all simples and fight this. And again, it wants me to throw the 9. It gives up throwing the 9 on turn 7. Is that someone reach? Nope, we're supposed to throw the 9 now. Because we hit the other 6. But there's times where, because I think you get a discount or something in the store. Like if I see an OP trinket and it's like 10 to 20k and I have the extra money, I'm just buying it. I can find more gold, but the mission, the mission you want doesn't always spawn, right? So, we threw the 7. We were supposed to throw the 4. Why? That one I don't understand. How close is this? It's reasonably close, but it's a little bit different. The dealing on the 4 is really bad, expected value-wise. Turn 8s. I promise we're going to play in a minute. We're just going right into the gold room. Like, if I'm going to lose more points today, we're going to lose them in style. And I want the stats now. I think we've done enough checking stuff out. So this person's reach and the game. Is there an actual risk on this 8? The risk is very minimal. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. We really didn't make, besides a couple of these I've pointed out, we've not made a lot of actual errors. We should have discarded the 1 versus the 7. It's not that close. A 1 versus... I did not know that. I do know that there are invisible caps. Yeah, and I think they added those caps. Yep, they always have a chance to hit. But yeah, I think 5% is the bare minimum. So like anytime some dude has a penalty on them or something, like you still have a chance. And that's sort of course, the wonderful design of the game. Everything's RNG. Which, yeah. We were supposed to throw the 7. No, we were supposed to throw the 1. Is it because I could have hit the 8? I wonder why it wants me to throw the 7. Or the 1 instead of the... Is it just because this extra... Yeah, okay, I see what it is. It's 4, 5, 5, 7 versus a 1, 2. That's exactly how I feel about that game. There is, I think, I could be wrong, but I only have given a bad review to 1 game on Steam. And I said I'm pretty... The review was a long time ago and it's pretty scathing. I should probably go back and edit it with this game's like 10 years old now or something. Or at least 5. Maybe 5 years? 8 years? It's been out a while. Or at least before it was in early access or whatever. We threw the 7, we should have thrown the 5. Okay, we're still a pair situation. Okay. But it turned 12, 13, we were supposed to throw the 4 forever. Okay, let's go to the next hand. But I think it's the only, and that was pretty much the crux of it, was that it's a game about, it's like Final Fantasy Tactics, where you're meticulously picking out your jobs and trying to figure out what you want to take into battle, and you have a pretty rough idea of what you're going to face up against, or at least it's really easy to reset and go back and reset your party, and that's the functional game. It's the tactical combat where you made decisions, you're planning, and you're watching those pay off, and you have to make decisions based on what you decided to bring in. But when you go in and don't know anything that's gonna like if you, it's sort of like a NetHack, right? If you know all the ins and outs of NetHack can be really fun. Me giving that to a friend that enjoys roguelikes, well, maybe a roguelike person would really enjoy it, but like give it to your best friend who just loves gaming and would like to try new things, you're gonna crush their heart if you give them NetHack. And they aren't into that kind of stuff, because it's like giving someone Dark Souls, and Dark Souls has a 5-minute run back. What if your run back was 2 hours to try that boss again with different people? So a small little thing could screw you again. Oh, I didn't realize they have a minus 20% to hit, and this dude needs to get that shot in on the call guy or whatever, the collector, and he missed. And oh, that sucks. Or not even realize it. It's just, and it's so much work in that game to keep track of the little bonuses. Like, I don't understand why there isn't an option. There probably is. There's a bunch of mods and stuff out there, but why not in combat? I can't just, like, I've seen the character portraits forever. Just put text over all the character portraits. Like I said this for Slay the Spire too. Like, make those buffs way bigger and just let me see them. When the dude is selected, minus 20 to hit against ranged or whatever. Oh, then, like, there's ways to, like, once you, like, it's the kind of game you want to be a power player in, even if you're not into that. But like having that information easily and readily available is critical, and it's just not there. But people say, "Oh, it's the best game ever." I'm like, we finished this album. We finished the album. Next album. Next album. Ooh, Yokohama Mall. Let's get some Mall Soft. After this YouTube ad you'll never see. But that all said, I am enjoying watching Yogi play Darkest Dungeon again. Wait, where is this playing from? More music is playing from I don't know where. What is happening in my life right now? And now music is playing from nowhere. Oh, okay, we're good, we're good. I found it. Mall music is in the queue. Alright. Oh my goodness. What a day. What a day. Throw the 8s instead of the 1. Yeah, I talked about this when I was playing it. No one could hear me, but, that was talked about. Wow, it's actually a lot worse than I thought it was. Because currently we're probably likely to call off this pair and lose our only pair. Oh, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9 is just bad, huh? Okay. Okay. Now we're supposed to throw the 4. And we just decide to throw the 9. But doesn't a lot of the DLC make the game like way easier and cheesy? I know there's like one DLC that's good, but that I chose not to purchase it. If I believe for you said the same thing that I read in the reviews and read on the forums. It's like random crashes. I don't want to deal with that. The game auto-saving and all this other silliness. When my party, like, let me just get my party get screwed and then have to redo a fight and then lose. I'm like, I don't want to deal with any of that. No way. Wow, not discarding this 4 is awful. Oh, because we hit the 5. So once we hit the 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, fixing this pair is no good. Huh. Is it just because of the hook if we draw something else? I don't know. I don't quite follow that. If you add Crimson Court too early, like I would assume I would start with a fresh game on something like that. Am I not supposed to start with a fresh game? Wow. Fun story. I did not play this wrong. The bot on a critical moment in the game. Now it did say throw the 8 over the 2. Oh, it says the 2 is a deal-in of 34%. I figured if the 2 is poison, then so is the 8. Who's got the 8? Oh, it says it, well, it's saying fold. Wow. Because that's my out. Didn't they add like a non-permadeath option or something too? I guess it just didn't type anything. Alright. I'm tired of losing. Let's try to win a match. Oh, we actually have the, Oh, our fortune charm ran out. Hang on. One moment. I don't know what this is going to pop up, so let's okay. Just get the stupid thing again. Sure. It looks like it popped up a separate window. Yes. What's weird is it said 1 day left, and now it said 0 days, so either way we have it now. Okay, we might have missed a day on the charm, but I don't really care. Let's re-add this. Oh! Alright, that's back. Give me a second. Something is still happening with this internet. We've now dropped 15,000 frames. So I don't know what's happening, but I need to investigate. But yeah, I did see that one revival quest. I just thought there was an option where you could just play softcore, basically. Sorry again. I have to check out. Is my Yeti just busted? Like, I hit the button like 40 times and it just doesn't... Do I have to get up again? Yes, I do. I have to get up one more time. I'm so sorry, guys. I found out someone's streaming. Alright. Can we win a game? Can we not lose a game? Okay. So, and also the office printer needed... Someone needed to print off the office printer. So, after all of that... Back. We're back. Yay. At the rate the Mahjong is gone, I might as well just play, play, Schism. This is not icy at all. They've been basically drilling for oil outside. That's not true. They're replacing, people's natural gas meters. And the process in doing so... I guess this 8 is worse. Wow, I have a lot of pairs, and I didn't realize that was happening. I thought those other tiles were well connected. At any rate, but it's caused all of the tap water to become warm. So you see me always have, like, ice water. And it's because the water coming out is, like, legitimately, like, lukewarm. When it should just be, like, kind of cold water. Totally call this. And I think this is the best way to be playing this hand. Yeah, sorry for all the delay. It's just been a day, man. Been a day.
G.
They call him Two Straws Sabu. Pairs everything. Clearly, I should have just been hoarding those. Person across from me is doing dumb things. Open con. I guess that is their tile. The hell did they hit? The ones. Okay.
G.
It's a fast bullshit hand. It certainly doesn't look expensive. I'm down to 3. We're calling anything from here. I'm dealer. Damn it. I guess it's trapped between the 5 and the 6, kinda. But as far as the bot, I'm pretty... Until this is, like, clearly over, bot's gonna say chase this. 4 on hand. Dealer.
Boom.
Okay, so they're 10 pi now. And we know the value of their hand as well. But I don't really have a reason to run away from a 2-on hand, right? They like their tile. I don't really need that. There's no risk to play the... Hopefully y'all can hear me, and hopefully most of the stream is happening. They've shown they have a cheap enough hand. It could just be Dora, right? And if it's not, it's not. But I have a Mongon hand, so... I don't really... I mean, if I deal into you, that's a cost of doing business. If you win the hand, that's a cost of doing business. Bummer is I am on a Dora wait. But we're sort of not throwing him a Dora, because I'm not that stupid. But maybe, well, I'm sure if he drew one, he'd keep it, right? What's funny is that 6 peen is, it's Suji. Only one left, though, because they were all tossed earlier. Could die here. Oh, what an ass. Oh, fucking Dora. Piss off, man. Can't believe this, man. It's losing to shit players. Who's Fluffy Nelson? I sure hope it's a real person. Welcome to the stream. I have to call this, I think. Maybe I shouldn't have called that. No, the hand is worth too much. Just win as fast as possible sounds like a pretty good strategy. I can't believe his luck boxes today, man. Everything else is a pair. I guess we could have just played 7 pairs, but I just don't know like which is safer, right? Mostly ready to go here. 3, 6, 2, 5, 4. 4 we lose a Dora, but I don't think I care. Well, I guess I could have just gone all pawns, right? But this weight's a little bit better, because at least I got slightly closer to the edge. And there's more tiles. So I think this is honestly better. And I already have a 3 on hand. We'll see what the bot says to do. I would feel hard pressed to be waiting on 2 4s and 2 5s. That's at best a 4 tile wait, and you have to assume like half of those tiles someone's clutching and they're not going to give up. So there it is. No. We're getting back in the saddle, man. Thank you. 40 or 30? But it's just 30. So I tried to get Need for Speed High Stakes working. I either got 2 bad versions of the game or something. Like, it didn't work, and I was disappointed. I don't know what's happening to my mouse pad, but I guess we need to change the mouse pads. I wonder if I get a nice, thick, custom mouse pad. Oh, Fluffy Nelson appears to be a real person. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're not related to the hotspots. Sorry, I'm calling you out. No idea what's happening. My mouse pad is shedding. That's terrible. That's sticking to my hand. It's even worse. I think with Chun. What a disaster this hand is. Sort of by design. It's kind of hard to chase with a hand this bad. Okay, they threw my west. Do I want it? Do I want my west? I have nothing else. No. I'm gonna keep those as safe tiles to throw. I just don't think attacking here has much, like, what am I chasing? I have one Dora. And we're about 2 tiles for me just basically closing the book on this hand. What are we even doing? Found a Dora. Okay. Any of the other ones are gone. Those two. Would I play if they threw the other west now? Probably not. I'm kind of in the rotten position of needing. I mean, if somebody's Dama, somebody's Dama, and we just don't care. Problem is, if somebody goes for, well, I think we're honestly too far away. Wow, I just drew another door. Bot probably would have said call. Now that we have 3 Dora, we probably should be playing this hand. No Yaku. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I guess the safe part here is that I have 2 tiles that no one go out on.
Boom.
Okay. I have half the game's Dora, so... are we Tenpai with a call? 2 calls. Hello. Oh lordy. No Yaku. Okay. No Yaku it is. I made a mistake though. I should have been throwing these a while ago. That was actually a critical error.
Boom.
Hey Norwazi. I guess I could have just thrown the 3, huh? I made a mistake in this hand. I should have thrown the wests, not the 2s. I keep screwing up hands like this. Hopefully it doesn't really come back to bite us for much. Well, I certainly don't want to be throwing that tile. That tile's probably losing. I'm probably going to owe people money on this hand, though. So do we just con this and see what happens? We don't really have any safe tiles if I con it. Hello.
Chi.
Furryton, but I don't want to throw the 4. I feel this 4 is probably someone's tile. It was not. But I was never getting dealt the tile I needed, so... It's alright. Had I played that better, we potentially had the opportunity to score a monster there. switch this up. Let's do I already had something else lined up, but this one's short, so we'll play this one. Kind of the end of that album anyways. I'm very tempted to call that, and perhaps I should have. Because the only thing is that I don't know what I'm doing with this part of the hand. Everything else is down the middle, right?
Pong.
Goodness. Can we just fix this now? Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. I'm so sorry. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, because of all the hate raid bot garbage, I have a 10-minute follower thing. I need to like put a clock in my head or just turn that off when I think of real. I figured you were real. Welcome. Oh dear. Oh dear. Every time, like I'm literally looking at it and I'm not even thinking of it. What brought you here? Oh dear. What's that one? I've seen that emote way too many times while I'm losing all of my rating. I guess we're just playing pawns here or something. Like it's gonna be a shampoo wait and I'm gonna just lose the 3. It's gonna be real sad. Let's just scare everyone by throwing Orionmon. Huh, you're funny, Norwazi. That probably actually kept, of course, the Mahjong. We sometimes play retro here. It's been a while. Been Mahjong pretty much just like every day. We're trying to get to master. We keep getting gate-kept in bad ways. I'm getting concerned about these middle tiles. I should have just stuck with that. I really should have. I don't know why I didn't just cut a pair when I had the opportunity. Goodness. Yeah, I think this hand is pretty close to being over. I guess we could be Tenpai with a call. But it's a bad weight now. So at best a 4-tile weight. Neat. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw Fat Door over there. That's pretty good. I'm gonna take that. Because I know the 2s and 3s are walled off, so the 1s are really useless unless you trip them. So I might get fed here. Am I unhealthy? Shut up. Shut up. I'm amazed we haven't gotten back into Magic. I don't think I can handle 2 rage-inducing games at the same time. Oh my god! Whoosh! Isn't that 1 plus 2 plus another Dora? Yeah, that's a lot of them. Well, I just should have went to Gold Room 1,000 years ago, apparently. Because these people are better at feeding me. That was really nice. Thanks, guys. I think the 4 was 2 additional Han. It made it Hanemon. No, I don't ban bots. They keep me company when no one else is around. It's only gambling. So do you play on Mahjong Soul? What do you play? I really don't want to throw these, but I don't want to cut the Kanchan. Kanchan's better. The Kanchan plus the pair shot is better. What was the second Han on that? Because it gave me all simples, too. Wow, just give me 3 concealed trips. Let's go.
ポン
I'm gonna get out of this now. It's probably a bad idea. Yeah, it was the double run plus all simples, but if I drew the 1, I wouldn't have all simples. Oh, it is 3 with the sumo, you're right. But I needed all of them to get to... Oh, 6 is... It's 6 or 7, you're right. Yeah, I saw that. I was trying to count it quickly. I just knew it was many of them all at once. I now have a pair for the 7. I know 2 ways to get a pair. Yeah, I would have lost Tanya. I'm gonna throw this 4, just because I'm never gonna really use it. I suppose if I paired it, I might use it. But really, one of these has to hit, and then we're good. This is unlikely to hit. Maybe I should have just kept that 4. Alright, I don't know if I need to play this hand. They're in last place, or near last place. I'm ahead by a lot. I'm dealer. I don't know, we'll see what we get. If we get a decision, we'll think about it. I don't really have a whole lot of margin for safe stuff. But this guy's so far behind. I mean, chances are if I throw the 8s, they're probably safe, because I basically have the 7s completely walled off. Oh, did they just throw a 4? They already threw the 4. We're good. Perfect. If we could reach somehow, like, what am I comfortable throwing?
Reach です
I think I'll play that. who the heck can use a 9, man? Just like the last hand. And if I lose 8k, is that really that bad? I could also shut this game down right now. So I think I'm in with the best situation. It's also possible it ends up being Reach, Tanya, and Sumo. Uh-oh, we lose. Yep. Hopefully it's cheap. Looks cheap. Yep. Perfect. This is the kind of stuff I want to see. It sucks we lost that hand, but, like, functionally, if they sumo some Mangan level hand, we're still losing 2k to everybody else anyways. So we got out of our... Well, I would like my deal to continue and just score a mountain of points, but that's kind of the best situation. Like, if it's going to go wrong on your deal, you losing 2k to everybody else, and you were still the potential to win a lot of points. Good. So what's your rank, Fluffy? What do you... We keep trying to get together to play friendlies, and then none of us ever seem to be playing at the same time or want to do that at the same time. This is a problem. Let's get rid of this stupid tile now. Gold to 4-player master. Well, I don't know what 3 Pinzu is, but that's not a game mode. It's a tiny one. I don't know how anyone can stand playing Sanma. I did it for the quests in the casual room, and I'm like, the amount of just my brain melting playing it. But the game does go a lot quicker, so I can see with the fast food variety of it. This hand is like... I kind of just want to save some safe tiles here. I don't see how we're ever winning this hand. Yeah, you keep telling me that, Norwazi. You keep telling me that. I don't even know what we're doing here. This hand sucks. I'm kind of just throwing off tiles that I think are dangerous now, so I don't have to deal with them later. Mind games, you say? What is this guy doing? They're throwing Dora. They've called ones. 2 of the Easts are gone. Alright. We're just all pawns over there? Yeah, you need Yakumans. Of course. Of course. So they're playing all pawns. We just gotta watch it. What stuff's been thrown. With at least 1 copy. On this stream, you could have seen me getting wrecked by 13 orphans last night. Literal 13 orphans on the last west tile. On the last draw of the game. Nice hand, dude. Glad I didn't throw that tile. I was winning, and then suddenly I was not winning. I have an AI bot that analyzes games, and it said there was a 0% chance of dealing in with that tile. I don't think it knows what that is. I think it explicitly says somewhere in the directions it does not consider deal-ins for 13 orphans, and why should you? I mean, their discard pile was a trash heap, but it was one of those that everyone was just throwing random garbage everywhere. Oh, man. My hand was looking good, too, until that happened. Now I got someone calling. We have 2 Doras, though. That's at least a non-zero thing. Can't call... Let's throw this 8. Dealt into a turn 3 or 4 dealer, build your own Yakuman with 13 Han quick south. Yeah, that happened to me in the following game. Well, East 1. I've seen someone get deleted in East 1. That was, usually my Shadow Realms are, what happened in the match after was 8k hand, I'm on Tenpai for 6 turns. Not really an indication I need to fold or anything, and why would I? Deal into some 3k hand on kind of a whatever discard, and then it turns into 3k hand, 3k hand, 3k hand. I'm 10 8k hand every time. Just good weights, just can't hit anything. I guess we're throwing this. And then just never winning a hand, right? Just everything. Throwing Dora over here. This guy doing? I'll get rid of this now. If we got our pair, I got this random 4. A couple away yet. Away. Now we're 1 away. Would I reach for the Dora? Probably not. Pretty bad. It's a 3-tile weight. Cold Room's all about bad weights, really. It's a little bit better than waiting on the Penchon. You'd be scared? Okay, so these are just toast. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to force a flush, but I'm not really scared. Which one's Kami-chan? Okay, well this hand's over. What do I want to throw? Like, it almost feels like Dora is safer. I don't know, I'll throw the 1. Hopefully that's not that. Okay. At least I know the 7's good now. Kamicha's on my left. Simacha's to my right. I'm certainly not going to throw any more Mon without a good reason to be doing so. Interesting. Just going to throw this. Alright. Really nice to have a 1-tile wait that's pointless. We'll just see what this last discard is. We either cash in or don't. Cool, what a fun hand. Well, that was why nobody was getting those tiles. This guy basically ate a half Mangan. Didn't I say that hand was basically hopeless at the start? So, I think I did say that. Gotta watch out for those flushes. It seems... I don't think it's necessarily the quest, the stupid quest thing, but like... I've sure noticed a lot more when people are... It's probably just I've gotten better. Just noticing that people are forcing flushes. Probably should be throwing away that 1. I just keep thinking that... No, that 1's really bad. I don't know why I'm bothering it. Oh yeah, that was good. I think it was good. We did there. I'm gonna drop this 1 now. I don't think it's helping. And I would have had it 7-8, but it would have been 4-5-7-8, which is effectively like a Penchant attached to the... Well, it's a little bit better. But we're just fighting over tile acceptance. Can just 1 Han rush? When you say 1 Han rush through, do you know how many times I try to do that and it ends in tears? Every time. It ends in absolute tears. But I also have no Yaku here, so... And we're also in Sal 3, so like... What are the bad things that could happen here? I could get cut for 12k by the dealer. I'm still second. That happens. Hey, it's a Dora tile. But at least I have some safety in kind of building this hand just by accident. It's not really by accident, but this pair. What do I not need here? I already have a pair. We're not going to play the stupid pair. Let's just throw the 6. How can you tell? I think the guy on the left is closer. Yeah, I'm not folding or anything. But I don't really have good material to call with. I don't have a Yaku, so like, we'd have to dump the East, which I guess we could. But like, if I get the 5 or something... But we're not really getting that. We're getting our wind. Our singleton wind that... Apparently somebody must have a pair of them. Kind of got this mess here attached to Adora. And now everyone is throwing middle tiles, except this guy. 5 alive. Hey, Kananaphone. Hey, we figured out that... Yeah, that doesn't always work. I started doing that theory, and I've gotten crushed on it. So, but yeah, I mean, I pay attention to that. But see, they're probably first to Tenpai. Okay. They're first to Tenpai, and if you went by that theory, well, Jesus. I had nothing to call to win that hand fast enough. Alright, we're not getting first in this match. Cool. Cool. This is usually how I don't get first, is I don't get my nice dealer 18k. No dealer 18k for me, but let's make sure that dealer's got his East again. Shitter has it every time, man. What am I throwing? Do I just throw the stupid? Now throw the stupid 2. And we're just kind of looking to finish this. If I hit the 4, that's brilliant. Okay. Now I don't have a pair, man. I need this 4. I suppose if we hit the pair... I don't know, it just depends what we draw. Yeah, I'm going to throw this south now. It's possible we hit the 8 and then we can reach. That's pretty good. Kananaphone. Oh dear. Yeah, right? That's all I need, Norwazi. What is taking you so long? Goodness. I really want to try to incorporate this Dora. Like, I don't want to reach this hand without that Dora. I guess the 7 could have accepted the Dora too. Can't call. Like, if I need to fold, like, I'm good now. I'm good. Okay. Near Dora, but like... Oh, okay. Why did they call? It's a 5, so there's 6 more Dora out there. I'm actually gonna reach with throwing the 5. There it is. Okay, well, I mean, this hand got more dangerous. But probably a little bit hard to not... I mean, somebody's getting dealt in, I think. And naturally, this guy gave the dealer triple East. But it's almost like the best defense here is just to be able to have a really good weight. Just throw a live 5, man. See what happens. Just throw live 5s. Oh my goodness. So the person on my right is not playing the hand anymore. Okay, so we managed to reduce the number of Doras in this game a lot. Except 3 of them are across, 1's there. So are any missing? There's 4 in the middle. So there's still 3 more Dora in play somewhere. -1 because no. 1... There it is! Yes! I hit nothing? Oh my god. Alright. Alright. Absolutely nothing. How do you like that? That is exactly the kind of luck that got us to where we are today. Probably should throw in this too. I'm thinking like weird Sanshoku things, and just that I'm probably not playing either of those. If we're gonna try to end the hand, it's gonna be on. Isn't that best? Where's my 13 Orphans hand? Can I just be that guy? I did analyze that last game that we got wrecked by 13 Orphans. The guy was dealt 11 tiles to it. See you later. See you later, Fever. Thanks for letting me know everything was messed up. See you later when Yogi's playing hopefully some more Darkest Dungeon. What am I doing with that exactly? Like, I don't have any real reason to press any of this. The guy on my right, like, positions are likely not changing, right? Or almost assuredly not changing, unless the only thing is this dealer could try to find him his bazillion points. Oh man, I did get the double. Hopefully we get time for a couple more Hanshans in. Here. Still too short of it. I don't think I'm going to see that. But that's a thought. I'd be a little bit uninterested in reaching this hand. A little bit. I don't know what I'm doing with this 5. I'm a little bit afraid to just throw it. But then again, this guy's behind by a bazillion points. He'd have to beat Dama for something stupid. So I'm going to just throw it now. Someone told me, just don't be afraid of people's Damas. Well, when they're not open. That's... What's funny is I can take the Furryton weight. Or I can take the shampoo weight. Take the Furryton weight. So it's not. Is it shampoo? It's not shampoo. You've never seen the commands. Well, I don't know if you've seen the stream before, but we
Is
have
your hair as dull and lifeless as your brain?
Things.
Didn't work start at 9? Where's your shirt? Did you even remember to wear it?
We were on a shampoo weight.
I used to be you until I discovered Shambrain.
Shampoo for your hair and your brain.
That's right, Al. And here's how it works. Other shampoos just work on your hair, but Shambrain travels down each follicle and bores into your skull, depositing magical knowledge crystals.
Then again, if I deal
Lather
into
your
you,
way
what does
to
it
a
even
new
matter?
intelligence.
With Shambrain, the
I
shampoo
don't want to
of
deal with you
kings.
today.
Made by Carl & Sons. Continued use may result in...
Honestly, I'd rather deal into you than the dealer. I don't know what I'm doing, actually. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm messing up. Like, this guy would have to have a bonkers hand. Okay. I don't know, I'm doing this 6. Okay, but we reached the point that I don't think I'm playing anymore on this hand. Is pawning this? Pawning this doesn't help me. I still have to throw the 6. I don't feel comfortable throwing that 6. If I have no 10, that's
脳天だわ。
I know, right? Wasn't that so sad? It's a weird weight on both of them, too. I mean, I reach Enal made that one. At least it was legitimate reach. It's already a double run. What more could I want? All up Sabu. Really not many of those left. The bummer here is we're gonna get second, but at least because we're playing in Gold Room, we have real rewards for second. It's not like going to the prize cage at the arcade. I think that actually creates some wacky pair, doesn't it? No, we would need one more tile. We would need a 3 or an 8. Call out.
Done.
Cool. End the match. I'm fine with that. I don't care. Thanks, buddy. $50 points. Alright, that gets us back in the positive at least. A mazillion quests pop off. Oh, we got a takoyaki. This is the most impossible thing to get. You see what happens with my open hands. And I do need a refill on my water. We will queue again momentarily. Like, they're evil. They're so evil. Whose emotes are these? Comfy worry. Comfy. So we can almost get, like, all the rewards. I figured since you could buy these with copper, I haven't redeemed them yet, but I'm like, well, why bother redeeming this for... Yeah, I've been actually playing the... I've actually had better luck going into this stupid mode that plays like Cancellation Hearts or something, where you pass the tiles and I just force a flush every time. I never get it in Sanma. Every time I get cut and someone runs it, but the other one, you get credit even if the last person deals you in. Yeah, I force it every time, but I still lose. Alright, we will... Oh, there's like nobody on, but we will continue in a moment here. I'm gonna get some water, and I'll not mute the microphone this time, because every time I mute it, it doesn't want to unmute anymore. Maybe we need to get a real studio microphone that actually can go in the boom thing. Dota 2 International starts. I believe the International starts tomorrow too. We may do some watch along of that while playing the Mahjongs or something. I have to figure out what I'm doing, because there's basically 3 days of group stages, but like, what happens in the group stage is like, depending, I mean, if there's nothing, I'm sure there's something interesting happening, but it's kind of like certain, in terms of just, like, once it's kind of clear who's getting eliminated and stuff. I don't know, it's been a while since I paid attention to Dota because of the whole COVID thing. Someone got me into it again for a couple games, and they kind of didn't want to play. Because I haven't played in forever, despite having like some stupid rating, it didn't allow me to play unless I like, you need your phone verification, you got to play 100 games in unranked, and I'm like, this is all way too much work. I'm not, like, I already think your product stinks now. Game's still fun to watch though. But the big international, and I guess they actually managed to, maybe it starts in 8 hours. What? No way. Oh my god, Google. 3 a.m.? Oh no. Well, that's good news. It's, I know it's in Romania. 3 a.m.? How many flights of games? Oh my god. Okay. I have to say that Valve may... Okay. Volvo has made a long list of terrible decisions. Looking at the Google schedule. Okay, that's great, my dude. Oh no. Knowing this is the most walled off tile, I think I'm throwing this first. I'm kind of folding here. Hand's pretty disorganized. And yes, there's some nice things going on, but I have this whole mess, and I'm not comfortable throwing a lot of it. We'll talk in a minute when I'm not under fire here. Heavy enemy fire. I really wish I knew that these were like somehow safe or something. Okay, the 8's good. I can throw the 8. And now I get a 7 I don't want to throw. I know it's Suji, but like, because of how early that was, I don't trust Suji. We were talking about bad weights earlier. Well, the 1 did go. What was it, 7? I wasn't off. 5-8? 2-5-8! What a bullshit hand! Oh my goodness. What a start. This guy I guess reached. Oh no, sumo. Not deal. So international starts 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The matches, the final flight of matches, is scheduled to start at 11. So it's an 8-hour window. Now, I don't know if those times, because I remember last time, the game flights actually went throughout the day, basically. Oh, this is terrible. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7. Let's try to make something. Like, Richi Pinfu is okay. Richi Pinfu Dora. Okay. So, the thing that makes no sense is you have the entire American audience that are going to miss all of these matches. If you wanted to run the matches, it's about a 6 or 7 hour time difference. So like they're starting midday, like they're starting at like breakfast time, midday over there. 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7. There's an extra 6 in there. I guess I had 3, 4, 5, 6, but there's so much overlap here already that yes, I did. I actually gave up a double Ipico, yeah. There aren't a lot of tiles left though in that suit. Oh my god, we got there. That's just instant reach. I think I have to. It's turn 5 and it's a really good weight. And if I sumo it, it's worth a lot more on the sumo. Anywho, yeah, so they picked a really bad location. It's like running the Olympics on the wrong side of the globe. When I say wrong, I mean, like, obviously if you're there, if you're in Romania, you're pretty happy because it's like time you're awake, but... Oh my god, thank you. No whoosh. Uras? Uro? No Uras. I'll take my 4K hand, let's go. But you know what I'm saying, it's just like, there's a lot of people worldwide that are not... I mean, I guess if you're in Southeast Asia, it's a pretty good timing. If you're in China and Southeast Asia, it's pretty good. But when they held it in China, because it's like on the other half of the globe, I don't know. It's not like, you know, with international things being everywhere. But Far East Europe is generally a bad decision, I think, in terms of timing. Formula One moved a lot of their events. They changed the time. Like they have the races that are on the, like in Eurasia area. Anything that's in Asia or Eastern Europe, I think they moved all the times for those so that basically their European audience can watch it in prime time. So it's just very strange to me that the International is going to be run like this under the auspices of that being a good idea. You know what I mean? But we'll see what they do. Because the other thing I was going to say is these games, it looks like they've scheduled the 2-hour window for each of them. So, I mean, if I guess they go to like 2 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon, it's a little bit better. But it's just like, it's just kind of gross. Like even Indian Premier League cricket in India has a start time of 10 a.m. on the other side of the world, so that's just doesn't make sense to me. 1, 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, 6. I don't know. I got a ton of coding to do. I can just wake up earlier and code and watch Dota. Really, I'll have to see what the new patch is, too, because, like, one of the interesting things that has happened is the, we'll just trim this now to keep this in play. Can't call. This guy's throwing a lot of middle stuff. But really digging into the draft and what people are doing really starts to tell you a lot about in the group stage about kind of how the playoff phase is going to go. What used to happen back in LAN days a long time ago was basically like when you got to the LAN, there's sort of a... I don't know what I'm doing with this. Let's get rid of this 8. I guess I should hold that 3, but I just had a Kanchan there. So it's like no better. I'm just afraid to throw this 5 now. In case someone's got a monster, because someone could have Yaku confirmed. You'll notice that none of those tiles have been thrown, right? The what was it, Green Dragon? We haven't seen any of them, so it's a little bit hard. So I keep jumping around on topics. But that's about what I figured was about to happen. So we just throw the 1 and continue with our lives. But we're done with this hand. Completely done. We might end up 3rd here. It's okay. Got the 4s as well. Here come the dragons. So this guy folding? He certainly was clutching those for a while. Or it is. We'll get. Oh, they had him. Now the problem is, what do we throw? Throw the 9. Could be bad, but just I don't have anything else corner that I'm... Oh, cool. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Probably should have thrown the 5 first. Nope, I do not have any tenpai, so end the hand.
脳天だわ。
On the 2, what a terrible reach. What a terrible reach! Look at that, that's garbage. Garbage. Dumpster. This is a player. This is a player hand. It's a really good hand. Let's go. One away. One away for a Tonki. Well, no, we're not one away. We're not one away yet. That's another Dora, though. We'll throw the Chun. But yeah, so when you got to the land, there were basically like sort of a microcosm would happen at the event, right? Two, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4 is possible. Let's see what we get here. This opens the door to Tanyao, should we need it. And I don't think it hurt to do what I did there. It's keeping that 6 and 7 in case I can get another Ryanmon, basically cut the 1. Even a pair would suffice. Whoa, no, you're giving me math, man. Don't do this to me. No, it's going to screw everything up if I were to call that. I really just need a pair. Yeah, I'm throwing. But yeah, so like essentially like people are drafting, like you come in with all these strategies, you've been boot camping for well over a month now, and what kind of happens is a sort of a microcosm happens within the players there of like how they're drafting around each other and stuff, and that's really one of the most interesting things that happen. But it doesn't. You need to have a longer event, and that's sort of what happens in the group phase. Is you will see teams try, like once you kind of get ahead, you start trying different things, you feel certain things out. I'm folding this hand.
Huh.
Cool. It's a big hand, but we're too far away for me to want to really fight this. It's a little bit rough with the Tanyao situation, though. We kind of didn't really get dealt anything worth... I don't know, I think we'll find some tiles. I have basically all of the Dora. 6 is probably okay. Call it. Call it. No way, dude. Somebody's thinking about this.
Huh.
Suppose I should have thrown the 2 first, huh?
No.
Was it the 4? Alright. So we wouldn't have been able to make a hand. And they found a pretty valuable hand. That just launched us into second. This hand. Oh man. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. So like what you're going to see in a lot of those drafts is kind of like where, you know, what's good. And it really sets up the tournament phase and seeing, because what's going to happen when we get to the money rounds is people are already, you know, they got their coaches, they're going back, they're brewing whatever they can to basically figure out, okay, when we see this in the playoff phase, what's the actual counter, right? What are we going to do differently? And it's the high level play that happens in Dota is ridiculously good now. My sense is, I mean, it's been a couple years, so I mean, we'll see what happens in the group phase, but there were really only two, three, maybe 4 teams amongst everybody that was there 2 years ago that really functionally have a shot at winning. Pretty much everybody else was kind of fighting for second place. It would be so difficult for, like, what was it, OG and, wow, it's been a while. I don't remember who was hot because now everyone's jumped different teams. But basically the 2 teams that got to the final were playing on such a different level than everybody else. And it's just really exciting to see Dota like that. I don't know why I'm throwing that 1 exactly, but I mean, what do I care? I'm second place. Maybe we make a hand, maybe we don't. But you're gonna have to try to fight this dealer if you want a piece of the pie. And they're also ahead. We kind of don't really have a whole lot going on in this hand. We have the one run and a bunch of pairs. And they're not really ideal pairs, they're middle pairs. That's kind of why I'm clutching the Yakuhais here. Maybe we just start making pairs. I mean, this guy's throwing middles, so I gotta be worried about. Like, notice no Manzu has been thrown. There goes a 5. Okay, what a fun hand this was, guys. Good seeing all yas, and bye-bye. Bye-bye. This is just safer to throw right now. Like, the 6 could be someone's tile. We have safer tiles to start throwing off. Okay. If we're honestly playing pairs, we start playing pairs. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we just go to the next hand. Just try to stay out of the crossfire here. Oh, what would the reach even be on? Let's start just by tossing the 6. Do we reach? Goes from 2 to a 3-han hand with a chance of Peridora. I'm just gonna stay Dama. I don't want to get destroyed here. And I think it puts people on alert to not throw those souths. Okay. Maybe I should have just reached it. But, like, aren't people gonna chase me? Like, they dealt everything. Now, where was the other video here? This mall time. It just seems weird that it hasn't been thrown, right? Like, is somebody just holding on to a pair of them?
Kan.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. I'm a bit worried about this, but I mean, I kind of need to. Thanks. I don't have to make a decision now. I'm definitely staying Dama. Definitely staying Dama. Wow, dude. Just delete everybody else for me. Thank you. The rate we're going, we had one early that the stream was not streamed, but we went the same dealer dealt 8 rounds in a row. We were reviewing it on stream when we actually came to the stream. Actually gonna throw this one. They got 8 deals in a row, and we couldn't do anything. They literally were reachy and had a really good weight every time. Really not a whole lot to be doing right now. I will notice that now that I've changed my play up, I've certainly had a lot of opportunities to get 7 pairs. Like, a lot of opportunity. Uh-oh, he's got him. Yeah, alright. Hang on to this south for a minute. Uh-oh. Monsieur open hando. Okay.
Chi.
the hell's Dora? East? East is Dora? Oh my goodness. Anti-clockwise around the thing. Oh, and they're just forcing a flush. How wonderful. How wonderful. What's funny is I have literally no Sozu, so... And we're not going to reach this hand. I don't want to get cut by this dealer and be fighting over last when clearly they're nearly there. Alright, cool. Oh! Oh! What do you have? Oh my god. They all had nothing but Sozu. Well, bummer for me, I'm not second anymore. But the game is afoot with this guy in last, and now I finally get to deal after we played basically an entire Hanchan in the first 3 East rounds. Those being Dora are really good. We got a made run here, we got 3 pairs. I mean, we just call everything, I think, from here. Yeah, that East is already gone once. Really don't want to give this away. It's the Adosuke of doing this is a bit giving things away. Hang on to that. I have a feeling I'm going to get choked on it now. Not like someone's just going to throw that, right? But, I mean, it's going to be hard for someone to play it too, right? Because unless you have a pair, you're going to have a singleton of them. So it's quite likely that someone's going to have to throw it when they get a little bit closer. And now we're just tenpai for it. Let's go! Whoosh!
Manga.
Eat! That is a clip that I need. I do need that clip. This is a good hand, too. There's a lot of things going on in this hand. So, what other games you play, Fluffy? What other fun stuff do you do? We're going to actually keep the Sanshoku chance here. Even though I already threw the 9, I'm a bit dumb. But I don't think I'm playing that 4. Pretty much decides what I'm doing here, huh? Thanks, game. College boy. What are you studying? Where are you loosely at? Assuming in the U.S. It's U.S. time, but the people from all over the planet here. Modern MHW. Not Modern Warfare. MHW. Why can I not think of what MHW is? Oh, this kid across from me is throwing it. Oh, Aussie! Uh-oh. Who's your NRL team? Who's your favorite NRL team? There we go. Did you have Penrith beating the Rabbitohs? Oh, Monster Hunter World, of course. That was what I was trying to get into. The crafting is bonkers. That's a fun game. Come on, nobody can use the 1 or 2. Nobody can use it. My happy little 2-Han hand right here. There it is. All right. Ooh, that's actually 2 Yako tacos. The Rabbitohs. That was one hell of a game, and I thought after they came back in not the preliminary final, they had a road and they dominated a couple teams, and I just kind of figured that they were going to find a way in the end to get there. As you already know, I watched the cricket too. At least it was a good final, like the one with Jonathan Thurston. Like, that was basically the most epic game I think I've ever seen of anything. I guess we throw the 2. But I kind of get a good taste of whenever it's playoff time. Like I'm a mathematician, so like the stats of baseball are cool, but like I don't really watch regular season stuff. But the baseball playoffs are really fun. Plus they got rid of the dumb rules for we're gonna start with extra innings with runners on base. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But no, NRL and AFL are really fun to watch. I guess we're reach for the 2. Do we Dama or do we just go for it? What's the likelihood of us getting the 2 is pretty slim at the moment, and it's not Pinfu. So as much as I want to Dama that, it's a mess. Not Dama that, I mean reach it. It's a bad reach. It's not a bad reach because I'm dealer, but I just think it exposes me to problems. Like, there goes that. Now we have a problem, right? Damn, they would have dealt it too. Damn. Yeah, I've been trying to get back into Monster Hunter. It's just I haven't. We just throw the 1. Get out of here. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, well. Okay. So all the dragons are spicy. Am I just out of here? Does it really matter what happens here? Can't call. The 7 was just thrown. There's a lot of points this guy could have, so when this gets a little bit more spicy, so, of course it's not active. Just gonna throw this west now. I'm just gonna kind of step back here. Not a fan of where this hand went. We got several safe tiles to kind of get around the table here. Like, if we're gonna pay out, I'd rather have a shared payment system involved.
Chi.
Yeah, I'm done. I mean, if my deal passes on a no 10 payment, I'm good. If this guy Mongons for 1,000, Mongons me and makes me lose a little bit, I'm cool with that. What I don't want to have happen is dealing in for something ridiculous. Wow, these guys are nuts. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now they have the flush happening. We're completely done with this hand. Completely. Bye-bye. Cool, the 7 passed. And this guy's kind of all pawns over here, so... Call it, man. I know you want to. Is there a no 10 payment here? I don't care. I don't care. But that 9 can go away. Ron. No! I figured that was a mess. I don't know what's happening. Somebody is about to get cut for 1,000,000 points. No change in hand shape, so that...
No!
Oh no! Well, I didn't have to pay it. It might be Baimon. Oh no, it's just Mongon. I thought... Oh, they didn't finish the flush. Wow. Well, good for us. Forcing... This is a fast hand if I call it. I'm just gonna go for the fast hand here. Let's see how hard I get choked. But we can always call... We have to be a little bit careful about losing our pair here.
Pong.
Okay. Because like this guy probably wants him off deal as bad as I do. Because the goal here, get this guy off deal so the match can end. But it's also not really my problem. Yeah, I can throw the north. If I end up with, like, what is it? Well, south's done. Yeah, I'm being greedy. I should just pick a tile that wins and not be waiting on Dora. Can I draw something else that fixes this problem? I should have just threw the Dora immediately and just sat on north.
Chi.
There we go. I like that. I like that idea. Let me just swap out to the other Dora. That it's hard to use. Let me just swap out. Oh, I drew it! Let's go! Whoosh! What a hand! Hot hand! I'm playing so much better today. Obviously getting some better hands too, but I think I found some more patience. But now that this guy's in the position I was the other game. Where I felt probably feels like they can't do anything and they're stuck on 4K. But they also dealt in for some pretty big hands. Not just like getting, you know, kicked for a few K each time. This 8 is the furthest away from other tiles. Nines. Why are we calling nines? I don't really have a reason to aggressively call here. I'm just going to get rid of the south. My hand is pretty worthless. We're going to go back to being a little bit more disciplined with that kind of stuff. Alrighty. Okay, delete this guy.
リーチ一発一通ドラ
What a hand, dude.
漫画
Happy little 12k hand. Oh, this guy must be mad. He's down 100 points. So I've got two melds and a pair, basically. I hang on to that closed con for a minute. Just typical Mahjong. Is it? What is that? Comfy. Who's Comfy? What stream is that from? I'm assuming they stream Mahjong. Took a lot of the stuff from the game. What do I actually need to do here? I need to hit the 7. Okay, that's pretty good. We're 1 away now. Not Mahjong. Anime or something? Aren't they all the... Oh, hello. You know the best part of you being Reach is I can just... Art and Oh, cool! Oh, a lot of artists. Just throw these and see what happens. I'm certainly not giving you free Dora tiles. Could be their win. Yeah, it is, it is. One chance. Breeze loose. You're making us all wait. I'm going to report you.
No.
Oh my god. I hate it when people make you wait. Just hit the damn button. Is the match over? Oh, never mind. It's okay that they hit the button. They're probably doing math to see if the game was over or not. I can actually respect that. 121 points. Let's go. Let's go, baby. I got a Sphere of Love. How many takoyakis did I get? Give me those takoyaki. I got 4 takoyakis. That's how we know we had a good day. I have almost as many takoyakis. Alright, I think I got time for one more, and then we're gonna have to be done. But our little retro community, Yogi the Monk streams. He hasn't been doing Mahjong lately. He's trying real hard to get the Final Fantasy III. I forget what the name of the run is. Record. And he's been grinding that out for like 4 hours and then playing stuff like Darkest Dungeon, indie games, that kind of stuff. But he kind of revitalized all of our, well, my interest in Mahjong. Oh, what a hand. But a lot of us play retro, and that mostly, a lot of NES, but Ridley and I will play Super Zelda Metroid SMZ3, which is the 2 games put together, jumble up all the items in the game, and then run around looking for all of them. What are we doing here? This 9 is probably the most wayward tile. There's a Sanshoku chance as well. What a hit. I'm going to throw the 1 here. Do we call the 5, 6, 7? No, we can't call it yet because we're missing 1 yet. Okay. Okay. Gladly. So we're 1 away. No pair, though. We hit the 3, though. The shape is a monster. The monster with a triple tile weight. Oh, actually, don't. The pair actually can come from the 3. So we have a lot of tiles here that help us out. I think the 9 helps us out, too. But we're not exactly one away yet. Is that callable? If I call that, what happens? I'm left with a 4 and a 6. Okay, I'm not a fan. Now I'm a fan. Yep. Let's go. Absolutely. What a hand to start this Hanchan. Is it... Did I get the Sanshoku? No. Yes! No. Nope, nope, nope. One tile away. But we're certainly not going to wait for that. Not on this weight. The likelihood of us sumoing it and making 1,000,000 points is quite high. The wrong chance is quite high, too. Thank you. No whoosh. So do we get at least one Uradora? Nope. But, oh, it's still Mangan anyways, or close enough. Cool, what a start! We're learning, we're doing things, we're getting there. At the end of this album? No. Just gonna throw the chun now. Just because I got this Ryan Khan situation happening, which I think is when you have a Ryan Mon, and you have basically 2 Kanchans associated with it. Kind of, we gotta get lucky, but it would result in the same shape that we had in the last hand. Have a good one, Fluffy Nelson. It was a pleasure seeing you, and I hope to see you again. I'm a bit afraid of this flush situation. I didn't just try to match the discard. I was just like, well, how can we shape this hand yet? I figured the 6 was bad too, right? I knew it, man! I knew it! Nice. Now I'm feeling it. Now I'm feeling it. Oh no, Yogi. Yogi was like, spoiler text, let me read all of it. Uh-oh, call up Sabu. We're Ishanten on 7 pairs. That is definitely what this hand is going to do. I guess if we hit the double run. I like that the first thing you did the same thing I did. You said, Brood? Darkest Dungeon's not a roguelike. It doesn't have modals. Oh, man. Do we just Damaton this? I'm gonna get everybody out of this hand. I'm gonna help everyone out by making everyone not play this hand. Except the dealer. Dealer wants to chase? Sure. But it's a good weight. He threw Dora. They're open now, so... Oh! Busted! No whoosh. Did we get... we would have gotten an aura. But the reach with 7 pairs is still... it's 3,200. The lowered foo hurts it a bit. But that's good. That's good. But the first thing you... Darkest Dungeon's fun, but we kind of had a discussion in there. There's a lot of... I think a lot of the criticism is pretty warranted. It's like... The game is about... The most fun part of that game to me is preparing to go into the... Like, that's kind of the design. Prep all your stuff, go in the dungeon, and when you kind of have to go get your face beat in, and then come back and prepare again, that just doesn't seem right to me. It just feels wrong. We're gonna actually throw this, scare everyone. But it's still a fun game. It's just every time I go to play it, it's just like, you know, I don't want to farm for 3 hours and then be unhappy that I felt that I kind of... Like, NetHack, at least you know you're getting into something where you're getting your face beat in. But it's just a much different game. I don't know how the best NetHack players win all the time. When I say all the time, it's like 25% or something. They win pretty frequently, but like Darkest Dungeon, you can just get some bad rolls and it's just, you can't win. But still a fun game. It's addicting, right? It's still fun. Can we just look for pawns here and get out of this middle stuff? I'm gonna get out of the middle stuff. Let's just go. Oh boy. Okay, so we are not throwing any more Sozu in this hand. No more. Do you think that I could reach on the same tile? For the same tile? The same deviled egg? We're gonna Dama this. I don't want to deal him in. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. My wind is Dora. I didn't even pay attention to that. Yeah. It's an interesting balance, though, because you have the stress and the HP, and both of those things, more or less, are not... Whoosh! Just draw your Dora wind tile. Why not? At this point, if I was around this table, I'd be frustrated. This is like what happened to me in Silver Room. We go to Gold Room and we just win every match. We make back all the points. Like, this is exactly how this stream needed to go today. Get back all the points we lost, middling about learning our ways in the Silver Room. That one admittedly was a bit lucky, but we were Tenpai for a few turns, so it's not like it's impossible to draw that. Yeah, right, Edge. Right? But yeah, so if you didn't notice, like, I'm assuming it's okay to say some things. You actually, there's different ways to play the game. Well, I mean, I don't think it's a great strategy, but based on your torch, like if you highlight over it, it actually shows you the current bonuses that are based on that. So essentially, the darker it gets, the more times people crit. And if it's very bright, I guess things are more consistent, but like I think you have a higher surprise chance. Like, it's all listed on there. None of this is arcane knowledge. Like the game actually tells you, but it's like it's the plus system. The more pluses, the more. Yeah. But the thing I never really figured out was like if I won a lot of money, I'll go torchless, but I never quite got to the critical mass. I guess we throw this? I don't know what this guy's doing. They might be forcing a flush again. I don't want to give him 3 calls. But anywho, yeah, there's different ways to do it, and it's just like that crit. I think if it's really dark, everybody gets way more crits, if that's correct. And I think, don't you get like a small miss chance or something? Isn't this a really good weight? I mean, you're telling me that it's a 4-7 weight. Yeah, I like it. It's an 8-tile weight. What am I supposed to do? Not take that? Dora, Ricci, Pinfu? I think I have to take that. Oh, yeah. If you empty torch, of course, they added a mechanic where that stupid dude can show up. He sucks. I beat him the first time he showed up. And I was like, what? Maybe I shouldn't have been doing this, because this guy's clearly... Well, they're not forcing a flush. I think they're just all pawns. But we're so far ahead right now that taking down another hand... I don't know, we'll see what happens. Who's that guy I ran into? That is the Collector. Is that the guy? That's not the guy. That's not the Eldritch Horror guy. The Collector, I believe, is a mini-boss that can just show up. Yeah, Edge, is it just you get one of those random mini... Yes!
No.
You get one of those mini-bosses? Because I remember fighting the Collector an awful lot. And I think it's just a random hallway spawn that can happen out of nowhere. But I forget if you have to do something to make that happen, or if he becomes harder. Call up Sabu. It's happening again, man. It's happening again. Call up Sabu. The collector's not too hard if you have like a kind of an El Cheapo easy way to handle the ads, right? Like, it's very silly. Like there's different strategies, of course, but I just remember having a lot of fun getting the grape shot guy, getting like 3 of them, and just a lot of the early things only have like 6 health. So once you get a damage upgrade or any of the damage pendants, it doesn't always hit, but it sure helps just be able to mow down all the stuff kind of hitting you for like 2 damage every time, and your dudes don't have a lot of health. Oh, are we just counting stuff randomly now? Is that what's happening? Is that what's happening in my life right now? There goes the internet. Hopefully we're still here. He starts showing up occasionally in the later easy rooms, but he's a normal trash mob. And oh, okay, that's probably why I saw more of him then. Makes sense. So, green flush? Is that what's happening here? By the way, you do not get double run if these aren't if we play 7 pairs. But we're probably not calling and doing stuff. We're east, so this wind is pretty safe. Unless this guy's trying to flush it. Okay, he's not trying to flush it. But yeah, you're making me want to play Darkest Dungeon again. Even though, like, I can always look up spoilers to stuff, right? Wow, that was fast. That was very loose, to be honest. Yep. Yeah, the Eldritch Horror guy is way worse than Collector. The first time I ran into him, before I knew all the game's spoilers and stuff, I was really mad. But I did win, but I also, like, it was real close, and I didn't bring, like, my juiced party that just luckily, I guess, had the right stuff to deal with them. By the way, Yogi, I think it was mentioned, they added a quality of life thing. Quality of life, right. If you want to make sure there's an option that you can just turn off to get random stagecoach people. I think there's a quality of life improvement that they added that some people don't like. That's like, it tries to give you more well-rounded teams. But if you want to, I mean, if you go enough weeks, you'll just get the stuff you want anyways. But if you're trying to like get several copies, I think, of the same type of character, just to kind of round out your party and just have backups and stuff, or people you can rotate out. I realized that in one of my later playthroughs when I was just kind of messing around with the game. I'm like, why am I not getting any Crusaders? I have 2, and I'm never getting another Crusader. And I think it was Fever that noted something like that. Yeah, but really just make sure you read what's in front of you. Just make sure you read what they're actually doing and what their strengths and weaknesses are. Because it's pretty reasonably tied to the area that you're in. So like a party that's very successful in one type may not be so in the other, but it could still be. But I think it kind of changes when the game gets harder, right? What are they flushing this time? Yeah, Plague. All of them, like, even people say, oh, whatever is really bad. I'm surprised they didn't reach. Why didn't you reach that? Just really afraid of last? Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get another Hanshan in. I only got 20 minutes. Yeah, you're right, Edge. Yeah, and a lot of the bosses, even if, like, the area, I guess some of them are going to be resistant to that, right? But in general, 8? Yeah, I guess the 8. The East is pretty bad, too. Like, the East is probably the right call there, but I'm just keeping this over the 8 just because I'm going to play pairs. I mean, this guy would have to go on such a tear to catch up at this point that I just don't functionally see that happening. See, so I'm even cutting Orion on here. I'm just gonna play pairs. But yeah. So building up bleed and like plague on bosses and stuff can be useful because those fights like take an eternity, right? Even though I think functionally, like, really, what are you doing? You're just kind of building up a dot. So like 20 damage now or 20 damage over 4 turns. I don't quite understand people's theories with that, but I think there's certain abilities that do more damage or something if someone's bleeding and stuff, and that could be useful. Just gonna get rid of this first. I'm probably not keeping either of these. Just in case someone reaches this, I don't have a safe tile. Because we kind of have a lot of stuff down the middle, right? I'll throw the east. Getting worried about a flush over here. And I don't really want to deal them. Not just deal them in, I just want them to deal again. So choking them of their tiles may be useful. And throw this first. But yeah, Plague, like pretty much all the characters, I don't think, yeah, that was a really nice quality of life improvement. I just wish it carried over between different games. That little X, there's a little X that shows up. I'm surprised he didn't call that. Do I just intentionally deal him in? Nah, forget it. Oh, that was loose. We burned the books. I don't want to deal this guy in. I could lose first place. If it became push or shove, I would rather deal this guy in. Oh, hello. Alright, cool. They got a little bit closer. Let's see how bad. 5. But you don't have another deal, so let's go. Yeah, but you'll notice, Yogi, that there's like a little X below all the items when you highlight something. It's kind of faint. But like it'll show, I think, a green check mark if it improves the what you're doing with that particular item. And likewise, it'll show an X if it's no good. And I don't know if there's another, so basically like there's a symbol for like it doesn't do anything, and I think a symbol for it having a bad outcome. We call this. Yeah, I think I call this. I have a feeling I'm going to get my Chun. And if I don't, that's okay. I do not need the Dora. I'm not going to play the Dora. Alright, one away. Well, we're not really one away because I need my Chun. Checks and X marks or marks. Yep, exactly. Yeah, so you have to actually try it once. See if Mikey likes it. Okay, so I don't want to deal this guy in big time, but like I'm totally okay advancing this guy's hand. So unfortunately, we finished the rest of the hand. So I think we just throw the Chun here and just call the other piece. Oh no, we can't play the 9s. Oh, we can just call. We can just call. We can just call. We lose our pair though. I'm dumb. I'm real dumb. I messed it up again. I'm making beginner mistakes again. Let's throw the 9 now. Yeah, it's all on a wiki. I used to have a little note card, a little notepad doc that had the had all those deets in it. Then they changed a couple things too, and I was like, okay, that's confusing. You know, the really funny thing here is that I think we have to keep the other tile. So what do I think I can go out on? Okay. Okay. Garbage hand. Um, 6-8 is 10 by. Yeah, I wanted the Tonki weight though, so like if I draw one of the unused wind tiles or something. Oh, you're right. You're right. I should have called the other one. I would have had the double tile weight. You're absolutely right. Well, the good news now is it's basically a Suji situation. And nobody knows we're here. How many of those are left? That's already Furryton. What am I looking at? But yeah, I'm looking forward because I have to step out in a little bit here for dinner and stuff, but I'll be back in a little bit. I want to see the... Oh, that's now good. We have foldable tiles here too. I've been watching that, so I mean, if the dealer wants to make a hand, that's fine, because he really can't catch up because this guy's going to run out of money on my right. Wow. Oh, bye-bye. Thanks for the points, buddy. What a good session. Can I have this session every time? Give me another 116 points. Boom. Back up to 967. Let's go. Whoosh. Now, I don't have time to play another match, but I do need 5 more takoyakis so we can keep jamming on the whatchamacallit. What a good session today, though. First. And we're up. We're now up. Where did we start today? Pre-stream, we started at 822, and then we lost more points off stream. So we really started at like 710. So ending the session up 140 or so points. Good stuff. So this is the dumb battle for Azura. It costs copper to play compared to 3-player practice room Sanma or like novice Sanma. But this lets us basically get those last takoyakis without me having to like chase them later. Of course, if we don't get any hand, that helps with that. But yeah, you're making me want to play Darkest Dungeon a bit again. A little bit. What do we need? We're like four takoyaki short. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna throw the. Let's see when that. I don't think that other game is posted yet. But, those old stuff out here. Where are today's? Doesn't have all the games yet. Oh yeah, so the way this dumb mode works. Oh, Biba's got the shuffle. The way this mode works is basically like once somebody wins, the game continues until 3 people win, basically, and everybody gets paid. Once you're out of the hand, you don't have to pay sumo payments or anything. So the strategy is to basically try to make the most expensive hand you can quickly, and then also not. I guess I'm going to be on a Furryton. That's fine. Get the most expensive hand you can quickly, and have someone pay you out. And then watch everyone else lose a lot of points. I'm going to be edge here. I'm going to sumo the tile I need. So we're going to... Hopefully that other match will post. Until the first 2 matches of the day, we have a 30.5% win rate, 8.7% deal-in rate, and 43% sumo rate. And we got to 10 pi at an average of 10.5 hands. We'll be lucky we really weren't lucky either. Our average High-Pi Shanten was 3.3, and it's usually about 3.5. Like, we had a couple nice hands, but keep in mind there aren't a lot of hands in this, so, you know, in between. That's all it takes. What was our Ricci? Our Ricci win percent was 75, and that certainly helped. Our Ricci rate was actually quite low, though. How many hands did we win on Damaton? We did not actually win any hands on Dama, but they were basically like one call opens, so I don't think they're called Dama. Dama rate 0. But yeah, Biba, I wanted to get in this. So I figured out how this works, Biba. So like, notice that's the normal. I did, but it was in the game that hasn't posted yet. Edge hasn't posted yet. So when the third game posts, we'll look at those stats. We'll see how we did today. Yep. So now, even though this is still the end of this hand, if we manage to draw it, we still get the credit. As if it was a regular match and we won it. The payment. So like right now, if I sumo, the sumo payment's terrible because only the share that he's supposed to pay gets paid out. He doesn't pay every share. He just pays what he's supposed to pay. Oh, we didn't get it. Oh well. It's not a flush. We're basically here for flushes. So if you had any interest in trying to learn or win this format, sumo hands you want to win as fast as possible, because, or you want to win Rons basically, because Ron is always going to pay you out the maximum. So here we go. Here's a situation where we're gonna force a flush. See, we got a bunch of tiles and what we needed. We actually got a really good hand. Throw this, be inconspicuous.
Boom.
Wow, just go for it. I remember the one time I got 7 pairs half flush. That was really nice. But I have no idea how you guys are getting stuff done in Sanma. Like, I can, in like 1 or 2 matches of this, I can find my tacos. My takoyakis. We are 1 away to pair anything. We could pawn. No, it doesn't help. No, it doesn't actually help. Let's go. Hopefully no one has trips of those. That would be bad, actually. 7 pairs full flush is the recent big hand. I don't even know what my big hand is anymore. Oh, it's the Yakuman I made. That was the big dragons. That was the Yakuman that got us out of last from nowhere. This hand might actually be dead if someone really has all 3 souths. I probably should have saved it. I should have threw the south and threw the chun. Then again, if someone only has a pair, I win on the Ron. They can't pawn it, so it's probably okay. We lose, we lose. It's just battle for a 0. I lose copper. Who cares? Ha ha ha! Oh dear. All right. Let's make it gambling time. What would be really funny is if one of the souths are buried. We didn't pass the south now.
G.
3. It's a bit unusual for this mode that no one's won yet. I think I've seen triple exhaust, but I don't think I've seen it go everyone not win a hand. Usually someone gets in for like some garbage 2K hand.
Beach. G.
Oh, they're like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of this hand right now. We would have hit that chun so hard. So the match does end. If someone sumos and someone goes bankrupt, the match ends. However, if somebody Rons and goes bankrupt, the match continues until the end of the hand. Come on, somebody's got my south. This is a bummer.
No.
Wow, they got out of it. They got out of here. 5K. Wow. Where's my south, man? Well, that's it. That's all she wrote. Yet again, we don't get anything. Oh boy.
No.
Ah! What a dick. Who cares? This thing lags every time it loads.
Beach. 羊が2匹。羊が3匹。
Oh, so who had the souths?
羽根まん。
There we go. One was missing. One was missing. Hey, they had the Chitoy. I'm only here for Yakuhais, so the flushes. It was in the wall, Biba, and then they decided to make that their pair. I've noticed that Chitoy actually is, it actually screws up a lot of the game, and I'm now beginning to realize how powerful it is in defense. Like, we actually had several hands today we played it that way. And think about it, like if somebody is trying to go out on pawns, right? They can't. If they have a weight that's a shampoo weight and you have the other two tiles and you're not going to throw them, they can't win. It messes with the math, right? Because normally if you're waiting on Orionmon, well, there's a whole bunch of tiles on the open side. So if you're fighting someone on Orionmon, it's just a matter of who kind of gets, you know. Maybe I should have called them. Let's see if we can make a flush. But yeah, you see what I'm kind of saying? Like because you're holding two instead of holding one copy of a tile, it really changes the math. Like if you say, okay, one of them was tossed and it's gone, and you have the other two, well, it's kind of over for that hand. And you tend, on defense, I'm tending to always, of course, look for the ones that are safe. I'm not really interested in throwing the Chitoy tiles that I know aren't safe, right? So I don't know. I've noticed that it actually has a really high level of defensive property, and it's a hand you can still continue to build because all those one-offs, you can kind of throw down all those one-off tiles, and you're always like one away from making another pair, right? Anything else you have, as long as it's not a tile that's been thrown, could just become a pair. And if it doesn't, you can just throw it off later if it's safe to do so. Something like that. So I was kind of thinking about the ramifications of that type of hand. Yeah, it's one of those signals that other players kind of have to pick up on. Like, I don't know if that's a good strategy to be doing that, because the completion rate on Chitoy is very low. And it makes up a small percentage of winnable hands. Like I don't know what it was on the site, but it's a small number. But it's certainly not like nothing. Or maybe it's 10% or something, maybe a little bit less. No idea what's happening. I'm just going to throw the stupid 5. Yeah, those two types of hands are quite similar. I just think when you play a lot of other games, when you play with better players, I think they tend to, when the hand is just awful, they tend to just try to pair up stuff and get out of more dangerous things, and that it's easier to still like accidentally make that hand. Like, you know, it's easier to pawn stuff and do stuff. What is happening in this hand? We've got nothing. Yeah, like, yeah, they're reacting to it. It's just kind of like when someone does a flush hand, all of a sudden all of the, you know, all those tiles on that, all those tiles generally get choked off, right? Yeah. Yes. Oh, Yogi is starting with the turtles. Pretty much after this East 4. That's the other nice thing about Battle for Sure, is the damn game ends in 4 rounds. There's no turning it in. Like, I know if I only have 10 minutes to try to get one in, I can probably do that. 15. I'm not gonna win this hand. I'm not gonna get anything again. It's gonna be bad. Okay. Okay. What do I owe you? Way too many. We got it too? Are we good? Thank you. What a bummer. We lose, whatever. Could use a... No one gets any points. Can we get something? Notice that, so that Handyman was only worth 6k because the dealer was out, so it was only worth half the points. Alright, one more. Can we get the half flush? Let's see if those stats updated. Nope, not yet. Well, what are we doing here? A whole lot of nothing is what it looks like. Let's just toss them on and see what happens. But I guess I find myself once I'm having, oh, there we go, it's finally posted. So here's today's
1101 1816 is the item number on this one. And the nice thing about these practice katanas, oh, that hurt.
So those are the 3 matches today that actually happened on stream. So I mean, we had another really good day. 30% plus win rate, under 10% deal-in rate. The deal-in that we actually made was not on purpose per se, but like it was, we're making sure that if we're going to deal in, we're dealing in. We were so far ahead, we just made sure we dealt into not the dealer because it ended the match, and we were far enough ahead that we knew it really wasn't going to have an impact. I can't tell how many deal-ins there were. I don't think there were very many. And sumo rate above 40% is really good too. 50% tenpai, like this was a good one today. Small sample size, of course, but good stuff. Good stuff. But good to see you, Jivicus, before I step out for Jeopardy, and probably just gonna go hang out, go say hi to Yogi, and then that'll be it for the night. Oh, I don't know why I'm holding on to Chun. Outside of this tile, but Chun is very not happening. Hey, cool, I paired it up anyways. Nice. Yeah, the weekend's gonna get interesting. I'm like super busy. And also the international starts at 3 a.m., but I'm not probably gonna be awake at the start, but I'll probably catch it in the morning while I'm coding. But it's a big sport thing. Oh, baseball started. I don't know, it was a lot, you know. Weekend is the weekend.
No.
Oh, right, I have to go to the doctor. Go see the vampires. Oh, hey, how you doing? Give me a tile, man. Give me a tile. Yeah, tonight's wrestling, so that's my big excitement. And I also would like to eat dinner. Wallet alarm! What? Wallet alarm? How do I get this person? I want wallet alarm. That was really good. I wasn't expecting that emote. And I need the... Oh, hello. Oh my goodness. Give me my takoyakis. And give me 1,000,000 points, too. This is worth a lot, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Okay. But it was good seeing everyone, and I'm going to cut this pretty quick after. Let's toast Yogi really quick. There we go! There we go. We got all our takoyakos. There's only 12k. But I hope y'all have a good night. And,
リーチです。
you know, hopefully get to see some more Darkest Dungeon from Yogi. And hopefully see you guys tomorrow, but it's just going to be touch and go because I got a thing going on Friday and I don't know how I'm going to feel after it. Probably be okay, but we'll see. I might chill and play some Mahjong and talk about some Dota, maybe watch some matches. Or none of that will happen and I might take a nap. So just kind of want to miss Jeopardy. Y'all have a good night. Well, we'll see what the final score is, I guess. But I probably got third here.
Done.
There we go. Match over. Good to see you, Norwazi. Everybody have a good one. Hey, we got third.
リーチ一発ピンフド
So
ラ
let's say hi to Yogi. And then I'm gonna go watch my show and eat dinner. Have a good night, everybody.
ドラドラマンガンリーチトンドラドラマンガン
Mangan.
質問一般人相手の時は
So I just added
も
in
う
some
少
quick
し手
steps
加
in
減した方
cyan.
がよろしいのでしょうか